Hey guys, Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review on Wolverine and X-Men issue 12. And before I start this review, I just want to update you guys why I really haven't been on Comic Vine or YouTube. Is because this week my grandfather passed away, and just keep him in your prayers. And thank you guys for understanding. Alright, so thank you guys, I really do appreciate it. But let's start this review for Wolverine and the X-Men issue 12. So let's see what's going on. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the cover first. I'm not a big fan of the art for Wolverine and the X-Men. You guys probably know that. But I love the story. I do. I love Wolverine. I really love all the characters in this series. So I keep reading this series for that. And really, it's a great tie-in for Avengers vs. X-Men. And it really is a great series. I'm just not a big fan of the art. They do two types of art, two types of artists. One which is the cover, and one that is the interior art. The cover, like those like puffy cheeks, and I'm not a big fan of it. Also, I feel like I don't know, didn't get me excited, so I didn't love the cover. But let's see if I like the issue. Let's talk about it. Let's see what's going on in the story. So this issue is a lot about Rachel Summers and her saying we learn a lot about her character if you don't know much about her character. We learn, that she was part of the Phoenix. She had the Phoenix for years, which we did know in Avengers vs. X-Men. A couple issues before Wolverine and the X-Men, they mentioned that. But we learned a lot more about Rachel and, her, just, I guess, her personality. She used to be a hunter, she used to hunt people, and then she's like, I don't want to do that, that's not me. And now, with Avengers vs. X-Men, she's becoming the hunter again, and that's one thing she didn't want to do. And now we learn that's one thing she doesn't want to do. We learn, again, her attitude towards Avengers vs. X-Men, and she will do anything for the mutants to survive, and that is hunt, something that she doesn't want to do. Also, we have a lot of fighting in this issue, of course, it's Avengers vs. X-Men. So a lot of fighting against, the X-Men and Avengers, Wolverine. A lot of X-Men that are part of the Avengers, like Quicksilver. Wolverine, we get to see them fight their friends, Beast, Iceman. Some of them are like, I really don't want to fight you, let's just talk, I'm on their side, but, we can still talk. I know this is like a war, but some of them are like, no, I want to fight you, so it's definitely a lot of different attitudes in this fight. But I thought this issue was okay for Wolverine and X-Men. I really do love this series. Again, the story I love. Maybe not the art. I mean, it's probably not my favorite series because of that, or one of my favorite series because of that. But I do look forward to this series every 2 weeks, because I think this series is bi-monthly, but or it seems bi-monthly because it really does come out very frequently. But yeah, so I do look forward to when it does come out. But the art, again, it's very, very abstract. I know one of my comments a while ago was saying it's like kind of graffiti art, and I do agree with that. Definitely, it's very graffiti art, and like I do like that type of art. And with some pages, it's really great. I think this is one example, but with some pages, it's very sloppy and not X-Men, very bulgy. So it could be great or it could be bad. And in this issue, I felt like it was a mix of like, really, this was a great page, and then the next page is like, this is really not that great. So it's like a mix of, it depends on the page, really. It depends on the page of if it's good or not. So I'm not a big fan of the graffiti art, at least for Wolverine and X-Men. But with the story, I really enjoy the Rachel story. Learning more about her character, learning like why she's teaming up with Scott, learning that she doesn't want to do it, but she has to do it. Kinda like her gut saying she has to do it, but she doesn't want to do this. Like she doesn't want to hunt. She doesn't want to kill people. But she has to. It's like, the one reason I came back here is to save the mutant race, and I don't want my future to come true. So I was just like, I have to do this. And I guess she knows a lot about the Phoenix also, because she had the Phoenix for so many years. So I liked her narration. I liked her character. But I didn't really like the fighting so much. I feel like we see that so much with Avengers vs. X-Men. Something I love about this tie-in is that we get the story. We get, like a better understanding of Avengers vs. X-Men when you read the next issue with this series. And that's why I love this as a tie-in. But with this issue, I felt like we didn't get a better understanding. And that's what a tie-in is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a better understanding of the story if you read it. I know the past issue, I think it was maybe last issue before, we got a Wolverine story, like him thinking of him not wanting to kill Hope, and that made one of the panels and one of the issues awesome because it shows that Wolverine doesn't want to kill Hope, and it makes you have a better understanding of, again, that issue of Avengers vs. X-Men, because it is a tie-in. That's what tie-in should be, not, you know, making the story progress, but having a better understanding of the story. And with this issue, I felt like it wasn't a better understanding. Maybe for Rachel it was, you know, that character, but a lot of it was just fighting, and that's what I didn't want to see in Wolverine and X-Men. We have enough of that in Avengers vs. X-Men. We have a whole freaking series of, you know, fighting. It's called Versus. You know, I think Avengers vs. X-Men Versus. Again, I haven't picked up that series because I'm not a big fan of that. I love fight. I do like fighting, but it has to have a story behind it. And, you know, with this, it wasn't really that much of a story. And it was like random fighting just to fill up pages. And I don't like that about, you know, some fight, you know, panels, some fight pages, and some fight scenes. I just don't like that. If a fight has meaning and it has a story, I love that. I think a fight, and if it's, that makes a great fight. If it has a story, great art, that makes a great fight. But with this, it wasn't really that great of art for the fight. Didn't have really a story of the fight. It's like, Rachel's like, oh, Wolverine, I want to talk to you, but then, you know, fighting starts. It's like, but they weren't even talking, you know, it was just like this random fight that came out. And I didn't like that. I thought this issue, again, I liked some parts of the issue, and I didn't like some parts of this issue. I was very surprised at that. So I was gonna give this issue a 3 and say don't pick it up. I'm gonna probably give this a 2.5 and say still don't pick it up. Pick up other other Wolverine and X-Men Avengers vs. X-Men tie-ins, because they really are great. It makes you understand Avengers vs. X-Men that much more and make that story, you know, a little bit better, especially for those beginning parts. But this issue I would say skip. Unless you're a big Rachel Summers fan, then I think you should pick it up. But other than that, I would say skip this issue. I didn't really love it. So I'll give it a 2.5. Sorry guys, I say don't pick it up. This is Comic Uno, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And again, I say don't pick it up. And guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. In the description below will be a link for both my Twitters for Comic Uno and the Rand Situations. And hope you guys enjoyed. Follow me there to get news on both my YouTube channels. So hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys. It's Comic Uno.